Hi everyone, just giving a quick update and a few tips and experiences that I've had with rear-wheel drive drifting. Hopefully these little tips might help you out, or if you're new to it and a bit unsure. I'll just talk through some of the various different things I've tried and experienced. Okay, so one of the first things I've actually changed is the servo position. Originally it was mounted the other way, so the servo horn was going front to rear. One of the reasons I have changed it is because even though it's the way it sets out for the RRX, it's actually when the servo horn is going forwards and backwards rapidly, it can unsettle the suspension. So now it's changed, obviously transverse, so it can go left to right, so it's a bit more stable. Also, so to do that, if you had to do it, it's basically use the ball ends. But obviously just got a small screw. You can buy the grub screws, but I've actually just got a screw, cut it down to size and just made it very, very short. But it seems to be a big improvement on that. Well, the other things which I definitely recommend and ones to avoid are these body mounts, magnetic mounts. These magnets aren't very strong. Also, I had numerous problems with the shell. As soon as I hit the side, it kept popping off. So I've got these stronger ones which you can buy at various places, and it's actually got a little recess in there, so the other magnet sits in, so it has a bit of a bump, it stays in there, and these magnets are really strong. So I definitely recommend changing to them style of magnetic mounts. The other main thing changed obviously to a Lipo battery, not the NiCad style battery. Runtime actually wasn't too bad on NiCad, but Lipo is definitely good. So I get literally about 45-50 minutes out of runtime on one of these. I will be changing the connection, so it will be going straight from the ESC into the battery. Also, you can see that it's a shortage style, so it's literally just the width of the chassis, so you don't have any overhang. So that's a big improvement. This is just a 2S Lipo. That's a 5000 milliamp 2S battery. Obviously this is the original brushed motor I was using, which was a 19 turn motor and just a hobby wing electronic speed controller. Does the job, and especially if you're first starting out, it actually done really well. Already got to know how the car handled. The only thing I did find after a couple of weeks of practice and experience, that you actually on full throttle a lot of the time, and it's pretty much like a moped going around a racetrack. So I knew it was very underpowered. As much as the gearing was changed, I couldn't get it any faster really, so I had to upgrade that. So I've upgraded to Skyrc Toro 120 electronic speed controller. Excellent electronic speed controller, fully programmable, got a little program box, does all boost, turbo, braking, drag, the lot. So I might do another video on that, but very good. And for the motor, I've gone for a Rocket Surpass motor. It's a 10.5 turn with a 32 tooth pinion and a 71 tooth spur gear. Massive improvement, get a lot of speed. I'm still tweaking around with the turbo side of it and just to try and get it right. I seem to be getting there, but definitely a good motor. And one of the other things I definitely changed, which I always see in a lot of videos and people say about, these are the standard suspension that you get, which is just plastic. They do the job. The issue is, I did find they do leak quite a bit, so you're forever topping them up and having to bleed them. One of the other reasons, and a little tip if you didn't know, is that if you hear them squeak, sorry, try and get them to squeak. I'm going to do it now. Let's find another one. Like that. That means there's probably air inside the chamber, so you lose performance on that. But the main reason I did want to change them is because they kept leaking. So I've gone over to the TR56 Mst shocks, which are fully aluminium. Massive improvement. You notice the difference straight away. It just seems to be a lot more fluid. You can do a lot more with them. The main thing I did have to do on the rear actually as well was change the rear springs. I had to buy a rear hard spring set. So I've actually got the gold ones on there because with all the weight over the back of the axle, on the standard springs I was fully wound down, but it was pretty much on the deck, so had to get some harder springs, but they made a massive improvement as well. I do like the way it's handling at the moment, so that's another good little upgrade. As far as it goes for suspension geometry, as you see, the lower arm I've actually got a larger spacer. That's a 3mm. A lot of them go up to 8mm extra on the end. Mine's only 3 at the moment. I quite like the way it is. I haven't got all the measurements. If you are after the measurements, then put your comment in for us, and I'll try and add it to the description or something. But as you can see, I've got a lot of camber, and it's actually got quite a bit of toe out straight, but obviously when I'm on full lock it's nice and level. And one of the last things I've done on the wheels, which are offset adaptable, you can change them. I've actually got it 5mm on the front and 3mm on the rear. You just want the rear a little bit in more than the front. So it handles quite well as it is, so I'm happy with that. So my next upgrade is actually my servo. This is only a cheap servo, so we'll do another video on that and show you the difference that I find with more of an expensive servo. It's not really expensive, but more expensive than this cheaper one that you get off eBay and generic. Even though it does do the job, it's a little bit twitchy, so stay posted for that. That was just a quick video to explain and show you some of my experiences that I found with the RC car. Hope this helps someone. Stay posted for more videos. Cheers.